Fine individuals, companions and visionaries, nowadays we stand on the slant of our claimed destinies. Life, with each one of its challenges and wins, has carried us to this moment, and it is at this time that we track down the capacity to shape our prospects. Check out you are feeling the pounding of your heart, the air in your lungs. This can be your world, and it is stacked up with tremendous potential results. It is the thumps and impediments, the exciting bends within the street, that make the excursion surprisingly yours. Within the incredible weaving of nearness, each one of you could be a string, and nowadays, I ask you to wind around a story that resounds with reason and vitality.
Movement. It could be a working, interfacing with encounter that demands your full intrigued. It's not troublesome to gotten to be blended up within the standard plans, to yield to the gravitational draw of comfort. In any case, veritable advance lies fair past the lines of your normal run of recognition.
Over the extraordinary identities that have molded our reality. They didn't fulfill noteworthiness by clearing out nothing to chance or keeping absent from dissatisfaction. It was their flexibility, their unflinching confidence in their fantasies, that induced them forward. Walt Disney stood up to rejection and indebtedness. Sometime recently Disneyland turned into a reality. J.K. Rowling was turned someplace close. Different distributors. Sometime recently Harry Potter spellbound the world. The progressing thought among these visionaries isn't a shortfall of disappointment, however, refusal to permit failure to characterize them. Accomplishment isn't an objective, it is an outing. It is approximately the person you ended up and course, the illustrations you learn, the associations you create, and the impact you make, in this way, as you take off on your outing. Review that accomplishment isn't assessed only by exterior respects, however by the internal advancement and fulfillment you involvement, be that because it may. This excursion is certainly not a single one. Encompass yourself with people who hoist and propel you. Create a nearby range of offer assistance, for it is in shared dreams and total reassurance that powerful events occur. Your prosperity is joining with the advance of individuals around you. Presently, shut your eyes and envision the presence you need. What does accomplishment take after for you? Orchestrate that picture in your brain with unmistakable assortments and multifaceted nuances. Permit that picture to fuel your confirmation and direct your activities. The road ahead may be testing. However, the view from the perfection merits each daunting task. All in all, my related travelers, life may be a showstopper prepared to be painted by your hands. Embrace the difficulties, pick up from dissatisfactions, and praise the triumphs, both of all shapes and sizes. Your prepare may be a show of the quality of the human soul, and your success may be a direct that lights the way for other individuals. As you step into the darken, review the expressions of Winston Churchill. Accomplishment isn't conclusive. Disillusionment isn't dangerous. The mental grit to continue with counts. Grasp that strength. Proceed onward with reason. And let your handle be an outfit of quality and win. The world expects the tune no one but you'll frame. Go forward and make it unprecedented.
I have to cause you to take note of control that stays interior each one of you. The force of self-conviction. It is the persistent conviction simply are fit for finishing importance. That your fantasies are manufactures of creative intellect, as well as traces for a reality standing by to spread out within the woven work of art of life. Self-conviction is the brilliant string that ties together the texture of your desires. It isn't troublesome to instability ourselves, to yield to the murmurs of slightness that resonation within the openings of our brains. In any case, at these times of self-question, it is pressing to see that you simply have a store of unfamiliar plausibility. Recall after you gone up against an clearly unconquerable test. Maybe it was an imminent representative assembly, a critical test, or in-person preparatory that tried your backbone. In those minutes, what filled your tirelessness? It was the conviction that, in show disdain toward of the chances, you had the capacity to outlive. Self-conviction is certainly not a passing slant. Trusting in your capacities could be a cognizant choice. It is recognizing that the way to advance is cleared with external endorsement, as well as with a steadfast certainty in your claim esteem. The world might hurl bends your heading, be that as it may outfitted with self-conviction. You'll explore through the storm and emerge more grounded on the inverse side. Consider the accounts of the people who have made a changeless engrave on history. From the brassy dreams of Martin Luther Ruler Jr. to the noteworthy advancements of Elon Musk. Each one of these visionaries shared an ordinary quality, undaunted certainty in their dreams. They stood up to suspicion, scorn, and incidents. In any case, their certainty in themselves prompted them forward. As you step into the unknown districts of your outing, create this inner quality. Encompass yourself with motivation and insistences. Supplant self-uncertainty with self-regard. Comprehend that dissatisfactions are not impressions of your esteem, but or maybe wandering stones on the way to improvement. Grasp moves as any open entryways to illustrate your flexibility and tirelessness in expansion. Let your self-conviction stretch out past the domain of person desires. Believe within the aggregate force of mankind to create positive alter. Your fantasies are not as it were for person fulfillment. They are impetuses for a predominant world, whether you attempt to have an effect locally, industry, or the around-the-world range. Your certainty within the chance of progress may be a control that can move paradise and soil within the marvelous weaving of nearness. Your self-conviction is the brush with which you paint the shades of your fate. In this way, as you turn the pages of this consequent portion, pass on with you the undaunted data that you just are an awe-inspiring marvel. Your fantasies are not straightforward dreams. They are the plans for a reality ready to be created, in the expressions of Ayn Rand. The inquiry isn't who will let me, it's who will halt me. Grasp the control interior. Let your self-conviction be your coordinating light, and observe as the sections of your handle spread out into an account of win and inspiration. The world expects the account no one but